Take care. God bless you. Hey, my sisters and brothers in Christ, we had this really awesome experience recently where one of the scriptures we're talking about the point where St. Thomas, we celebrate the feast day of St. Thomas, where he encounters the risen Lord. Remember, he's the doubter. And then all of a sudden he has this powerful experience and he says this really moving statement: my Lord and my God. My Lord and my God. It's interesting, when I was a kid, my grandmother taught us this interesting thing to remember, that at the raising of the host and the raising of the chalice, my grandmother would say, Joseph, that's when God's presence is fully there, even with the ringing of the bells, and said to kind of strike your breast and say, my Lord and my God, to acknowledge God's presence. You know, there's a lot of those little things that people have, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but back here, sometimes I'll be standing out here and I'll watch cars drive by, and you see out of great reverence, people make the sign of the cross. And one of the young kids from the school asked me the other day, he said, hey, Father Joe, why do people do that when they drive by? That's another one of those things that my parents or my grandparents kind of instilled in us as well, because of the recognition of what's inside the church is the Blessed Sacrament, that Jesus is present. And so sometimes when we come into church, we make the sign of the cross by putting our finger in the holy water, and when we get closer to the altar, we genuflect out of reverence of the Blessed Sacrament. Well, another experience is when we drive by, knowing that in the church the Blessed Sacrament is present, we just do that simple act of making the sign of the cross when we drive by. Some of you have done that already. Some of you, it's a long-standing tradition. Some of you might be, for the very first time, might have heard that. But when you see people drive by, even yourself, as you go by the church here at St. William or other Catholic churches, you make that sign as just that remembrance and reverence of Jesus who is here. Keep us in your prayers. God bless you.